Nick, we didn't get to witness the proceedings today. Take us through what happened.
Well, Liz Truss has just left Balmoral Castle, where she met with the Queen, and she was formally asked by the Queen to form a government. This is a tradition that the Queen always does at Buckingham Palace, but due to her mobility issues, she decided she would stay up there in Scotland and proceedings would take place up there. She could have delegated this responsibility, of course, but she clearly decided she wanted to see Liz Truss and meet her 15th Prime Minister, the 15th under her reign, that is. This is known as the kissing of the hands. It's of course doesn't really involve kissing, a handshake suffices, but the Queen is known to take a very keen interest in the goings-on of her governments. Exactly what was said during this meeting, we don't know, because these audiences with the Queen are always private, apart from the odd photo. So I think a lot of people would have been pleased to see this photo of the Queen, even though it was just a still shot, because we haven't seen much of her in recent weeks. But earlier, the Queen also saw the outgoing Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. He came up there to the castle to formally tender his resignation. This is normally an affair that's done very quickly. You know, one Prime Minister comes in, resigns, goes out, and they're immediately followed by the successor. That's to avoid the country being without a Prime Minister for too long. On this occasion, it actually took much, much longer, but I think there were some extra logistics to deal with, getting both leaders flying up to Aberdeen and then to the castle. But Liz Truss won't have a lot of time to savour the moment. She's already heading back to London, where she has a very busy schedule ahead of her.
Yes, tell us what happens next for Liz Truss. What are the immediate challenges she faces?
Well, weather permitting, we will see the new Prime Minister appear out the front of number 10 Downing Street, and that will be a significant moment for her. Not only will those images be significant, but this is a chance for her to outline her agenda. And number one on that agenda is going to be dealing with the ailing economy here in the UK, particularly the cost of living crisis. People's energy bills are skyrocketing here. A lot of people face the prospect of a very cold winter. Many households and businesses simply will not be able to pay them, and the Prime Minister knows that she's going to have to announce something on this soon. We're already hearing reports that this could involve a massive state intervention, potentially over £100 billion in state aid to essentially freeze people's bills over winter and offer some sort of support. Now, those bills will still be really high, but clearly the Prime Minister is under pressure to respond to this. It's not just the cost of living crisis, though. The NHS is really creaking at the moment. A lot of staff shortages, a lot of nurses and doctors overworked, and so there are a lot of big challenges for the Prime Minister to confront. Not just that, but many of the looming issues and the continuing issues with Brexit, also involving Northern Ireland, that Liz Truss will have to resolve in the top job. But she's under no illusions about the task ahead of her, and she's going to be under pressure almost from day one, because on Wednesday she goes straight into Parliament to face Prime Minister's questions with what's likely to be a pretty fired up opposition.
Not an easy job she's taken on. Nick Dole in London, thank you.
Thanks.